who at that time was the leader of the Black Spades, which was one of the largest black gangs that pretty much ruled the entire Bronx area. Different gangs were allied with Black Spades, and Black Spades were pretty much the majority. They had the influence. So Africa Bambaataa was the one who really challenged people to think critically about their environments. Why are we in these situations, that we're in? Why can't we see outside of our block or outside of our borough? There's like 4 other boroughs and stuff. A lot of people didn't even, get outside of that. So what it was a unification of everybody coming together. When we talk about hip hop, it started in the parks. It started, basically at the parties. When you have people like Africa Bambaataa is known as the godfather of hip hop culture. You have DJ Kool Herc, which is the father. You have Africa Bambaataa, which is the godfather. You also have Grandmaster Flash. These 3 individuals are known as basically the forefathers of hip hop, the ones who really paved the way to create this culture. So, like I said, all 3 of these people were DJs, and so when we say the different elements of hip hop, we're talking about the DJs, we're talking about the MCs, the B-boys and B-girls, which is also known as breakdancing, and you have the graffiti element, the visual aspect. So the DJs were the foundation. There were the parties, all the crazy, ruthless gangsters at that point were the preservers of peace, and when they had these big parties, they would make sure that everybody was having fun, that it was a peaceful environment, And then from there you have the MCs, which at that time really was just the hype man for the DJ. Give it up for, DJ Hollywood or whoever the DJ is, and or like throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, and then it eventually evolved into, incorporating poetry. I mean, these are things that existed for, centuries in different movements, but, there was a lot of different influences that made it come together, but then you started having, the lyrics incorporated in with the music, and then through time, kind of the MC became in the forefront of the whole thing. So you have the DJs and the MCs. The DJs would play, this is before hip-hop, they would play everything from, funk, soul, jazz, I mean, you name it, they were playing it, rock. It was a cornucopia of everything mixed together in a very unique way. And that was hip-hop. I think that's the essence of hip-hop, is not having those type of boundaries and limits. So, like, I try to not really, people get really into defining things and setting parameters of what is hip-hop and what isn't, but that's the limit. That's where you limit yourself, because, this is transcended into a universal culture, and it, like my brother was saying, it transcends boundaries of race, of religion, any type of barrier that people have, like it's a communicator that anybody can really appreciate for face value.
I'd like to throw in about the DJing. Like, I always felt as a DJ that DJing hip hop is not the music you spin, it's how you spin the music. So it can be all the different things. It's how you do it is what makes it hip hop.
So there was a point in time where there was one particular part of specifically